We just had a fantastic debate with around 17 senior insurance execs here at the Gherkin in London, where we've tackled some of the real practical challenges they're facing and how they're preparing for May 2018 when GDPR comes into play.
A few interesting points that come out today around consent, and like a few people said, you think you sort of got things covered and you understand what you need, and actually has that changed our view? Possibly. But I think the consent, is definitely something that's high on the list for us. Also, making sure we know where all of our data is very important to us. We're an old insurer, a few hundred years old. We've got lots of legacy systems, lots of different systems across underwriting and claims, and it's just really getting to grips with where all that data is, making sure we've got it in check and we know where it is, how we can change it, how we can port it and move it if we need to. So I think that is, for us, the two big things, I think.
The fundamental thing that we've heard from clients and from people that we've spoken to in the past is that GDPR is something that people are now fully aware of. We've moved past the stage where it was what is GDPR, and we're now at the stage of how do you tackle it. And something as large as GDPR, you can't tackle it in one go. You've got to break it down into a program. So break it down into your program based on what is important for you as a company. Is it your data? Do you want to find out where all your data is? Do you want to find out what your consent is, and do you have to revisit it? Do you want to worry about data portability? I mean, that's going to be a really interesting conversation for insurance. But I think breaking it down into a deliverable program and then identifying those key areas or those key components of the program and just working towards it, we're at that stage now. We've got less than 10 months to deliver this. I don't want to be that first person come May 2018 that wants to be a poster child for a regulatory fine or a regulatory comeback.
I think the big opportunity of GDPR for us is really gaining customer trust. We've got one of the best brands in the insurance market, and we already do have a lot of trust with consumers, but I think GDPR has got a lot of publicity. Consumers are going to know more about it, and I think if we can demonstrate that we're compliant and we hold their data and process it in a way that they feel comfortable with, then they're more likely to share their data, and the more data we get, the more value we can get from that.
Education is going to be absolutely important for your client-facing people as well as your back-office operations. Everyone's got to understand that the data that they're holding is not their data. The data they're holding is on, permission from an individual, and that individual has every right to ask you what data they hold and how you handle it, and that education for those employees and those departments in every organisation is going to be very important. So there's a role to play across the whole of the business. And is one more important than the other? No. It's all needed in order to make sure that GDPR isn't the thing that becomes the pain in the future.
What's clear and what's come out today, that there's a real kind of mentality around opportunity for insurers, and the real opportunity, or at least one of the opportunities, is to strengthen customer relationships in a long-term way, and I think that's a fantastic potential for the insurance industry, using privacy by design as a backbone and infusing good data management through the entire business will create a situation with which you can breed better customer trust. On the other side of the coin, technologically, there's an opportunity to leverage GDPR to do almost an overdue internal audit of the data that they do have, which is going to create a platform to manage that data in a much more better, efficient way, which also has the positive externality of lower operational costs, for example.
The insurance industry is a large, very well run, very organised industry. I think the opportunity here is to make sure that that reputation from the individual buyers and also everyone that views the insurance industry, I think the opportunity is very much to demonstrate that there's a highly professional organisation. They deserve the reputation for being able to handle very, very important information, very, very important products that are bought by people, and there is that opportunity to make sure that that reputation is seen.